Did you ever not feel good after your yoga practice, or did you ever injure yourself through yoga with your yoga practice? Me too. It happened to me too. And that's a weird thing to happen, right? Because yoga is supposed to be a unification, a harmonizing, a becoming one of body, breath, mind, spirit. And we injure the physical body. Like something is wrong. And actually, what's wrong is that we are not integrating our breath into the yoga practice, but we actually extract the physical postures only without bringing the knowledge of breath and basing our practice into our breath and fusing it with our breath. And this is actually the key to stay safe. As I injured myself twice, my shoulder and my hamstring too, that was at a time where I did not yet integrate the breath properly into the practice. And that eventually led to injury. And this knowledge, which is an ancient knowledge from the yoga tradition, somewhere on the way gotten lost. And I'm so glad that I discovered this knowledge about using the breath, working with the breath, which is the inspiration of life, right? It's also the inspiration of the yoga practice, of the posture practice. And by knowing how to integrate the breath into the practice, actually it really becomes harmonious, powerful, and injuries don't happen in this way. So basically, your posture is the extension of the breath. Yeah, the posture is the extension of the breath. Basically, each inhalation suggests a body movement. As I'm inhaling, I'm growing taller, I'm more upright. As I'm inhaling, I want to bend backwards, for example. When I'm exhaling, other body movements are suggested. When I'm exhaling, a forward fold is suggested. When I'm exhaling, coming into a twist is suggested. Inhaling suggests after a forward fold to simply come out and to come upright again. And when we start actually combining our posture practice or letting the posture practice follow the natural suggestions of the breath, actually we are already on a really good path. So when you exhale, you want to enter a forward fold. When you're exhaling, you're wanting entering a twist. When you exhale, you want to come out of a back bend. When you exhale, you want to come up into an inversion. When you're inhaling, you want to exit your forward fold, and in this way stay safe. When you inhale, you want to come out of a twist, for example, bringing the chest forward. When you're inhaling, you want to move your body upright. When you inhale, you want to come into a back bend. So when you start combining your breath and your body posture this way, thinking the body posture being actually an extension of the breath, this is what will make your practice definitely much more safe. A second way of staying safe in your practice is to really listen to your breath and to respond to your breath. So the breath in our yoga practice, besides being ujjayi breath, that is the recommended breath, and this is also the breath that we recommend here, but I don't go into details right now because this is teachings you can find everywhere. What's more important to me right now to transmit is to really start listening to your breath and responding to your breath. So if the breath moves away from its rhythmic ujjayi ocean sound in a way that it's suddenly getting stronger and shorter, that's actually an indication that what you do with your body right now comes from your mind and is actually not the best thing to do for the body this moment. Energetically and physically, you cannot really sustain what you do. So you want to be able to do all your postures with a rhythmic, even length ujjayi breath. If you find yourself holding your breath in a posture or going into a posture, especially your in-breath, that's also a good indication that you are about to hit an injury. You don't want to ever hold your breath. You hold your breath because you're over pushing. Basically, you are requesting something from your body that you cannot naturally sustain. And what's happening when you push yourself further into that? Yeah, it snaps. That is how I injured myself, and I guess many others did so too. So if you ever hold your breath, especially on full lungs, and move into a posture, or you are in a posture and you cannot breathe in this posture, but you have to hold your breath in order to be in this posture, come out, stop what you do in order to keep yourself safe, and just reevaluate if what you're doing matches your current level of energy and strength, and then respond to what's actually right for the present moment, and practice in this way with responsive listening to your breath. Another way, a third way that's really helpful for injury free practice is to basically envelope the posture, the movement with your breath. So that means if you're lifting your arms up and you do that on an in breath, what you want to do is start your breath just before you lift up, and you want to end your breath just after you finished your movement. So basically, if this is the movement, your breath starts a little bit before and ends a little bit after. So if you're enveloping or hugging or patting your movement with your breath, this is a way how you stay also safe in your practice, how actually you bring the correct rhythm to your physical practice. It can often happen that the practice actually goes so fast that you cannot really breathe along with that. But that's an indication that it really doesn't lead to this harmony of body, breath, and mind. And when you're just trying to catch up with something fast, you're definitely not able to pay attention to details, to pay attention how you actually feel, to pay attention to your movement, to pay attention to not only the physical movement, but also the energetic movement. And when we come back into the natural rhythm of our breath, all of that is possible. So I would recommend you also to really use the breath to pet, to envelope your movement. So to start your breath first, let the movement follow, the movement ends, and let your breath end. And in this way, you're really present, you're available, you're strong in what you're doing. And at the same time, you're safe in what you're doing. So my recommendation and learning of how to stay safe in yoga practice is to really understand that the posture actually is an extension of the breath. So the breath tells us where to go, and we have to intelligently follow that suggestion of the breath. Second one, listen and respond to your breath. Really, when we're getting out of what our breath can sustain, and we have to hold our breath, especially an in breath, or the breath gets short and strong, shows that somehow our alignment of what we want to do and what our energies and our physicality can sustain don't match. Best suggestion is step back from what you're doing and just downgrade a little or take a break. And last one, third one, envelope your movement with your breath. Let the breath always start just before the movement and let it end after the movement. So I find these are 3 ways to really stay safe in the practice, and I hope that this helps you too. If you find this information helpful, like us, share this video with others. And if you want to learn more about our offers, also, you're welcome to check us out on our website.